Hi guys, it's us again, Alté Ldn podcast. So we're here with part 2 of the Ratchet TV series, I guess. I mean, we might even do part 3, we might even do part 4. I mean, there's so many reality TV shows. Do you know what I mean? So the last one we ended off with Growing Up Hip Hop. But today we're actually going to get back into love and hip hop because there's literally so many series. We spoke about Atlanta and we spoke about New York before, but we're going to get into Hollywood and Miami. So,
yes. So, I mean, of the two, which one's your favourite? Hollywood or Miami? I would say Hollywood. Probably, I don't know. I think Hollywood, like, first 2 series were like so good. It's getting a bit dry now, but like the first 2 series, obviously we had like the whole Masika and Hazel E drama. They were friends at the start, and then like Youngberg came in between them because like Hazel obviously had that relationship. Like no one really knows what happened, but she was like saying, "Oh yeah, we were together," and like no one would believe her or whatever. And then her and Masika they just had their differences, and they just could never see eye to eye from then. And then like what we were talking about as well is that they had like bigger celebrities there, like people actually know, like B2K and Marion, Little Fizz, and like literally. I loved like Little Fizz and Marion when I was younger. So like they were my favorite B2K members. Like, I think they're everyone's favorite B2K members because they were like the buffest ones. I mean, but, definitely. I mean, they were the most relevant. No shade to Raspy and J-Bug, but like, I mean, to be fair, you know, J-Bug came true to Love and Hip Hop later on.
Yeah, he did.
He was cool, but yeah, you know, I mean, feel like Hollywood. Key ones. I know, right? I feel like Hollywood as well. Like, I mean, we forget that Hazel actually dated Chet Hanks, which is Tom Hanks and Reese Wilson's son, and he was in like Love and Hip Hop with it. So
I think I actually remember that now. Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, I mean,
Chet Hanks,
some serious celebrities there. But I think we can't talk about Love and Hip Hop Hollywood without discussing like my girl Lil Fizz's baby mother. Moniece.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, she's been through so much on that show. Like,
I love Moniece.
So do I, and I feel like for her again, I think having someone like her on TV is actually really important because she is definitely, you know, showcasing like the mental health struggles that people can go through, and it's just really important to see that. Yes, obviously it is still ratchet, and she does do some ratchet things. She has done some crazy stuff, but at the same time, you've just got to feel for her because she's clearly going through a lot.
I think what's good as well, like, because we were talking about this in the end of the last episode, that like this the way in which these reality shows do portray black people. The good thing about like Moniece's struggles is that like she's had people like in the more recent series, though, she had people like Boobie like being really supportive of like what she's going through. So that's actually one of the most positive things I've ever seen on Love and Hip Hop.
Honestly, people actually, like, beautiful.
Yeah, it was so nice, and like she was like, "Look, man, this is how I am. I'm owning who I am. Like, I have nothing to be ashamed of," which is so true. Like people struggle mentally these days, and the things that woman has been through, like it's no surprise that these are the things that she's going through, but like to go through it on such a public platform as well is so difficult, and like she must have so much added stress to that because, you know, the internet trolls and stuff like that, so it must be very 100%. Intense for her. So for her to come out and speak about that so openly and be like proud of it and just own that shit, like that's a nice thing to see. And like I think like Moniece's journey is like one of the biggest things, because like I didn't like her as a character to begin with. I just thought she was like drama, like for no reason. Right. I was like, obviously she's in love with Fizz, like she won't get over it, but like really that's not the case. And like what we can see now is that Fizz just gaslights the hell out of her. He's awful, and like she's grown.
I'm sorry, he's actually awful. I don't know who the fuck you think you are.
Nasty.
I don't know who the fuck you think you are, because also I am a B2K fan. Yeah, their music is still great, but I just feel like you're just not supportive. And like, yes, we do appreciate that we don't see the whole side of things. We're only seeing an hour each week or whatever, 40 minutes really each week, but nah, he's not, he ain't shit. He is not. I'm sorry, the way he puts, as she says, his sort of love conquests in front of makes them feel like they're more important than her in her child's life. I mean, because obviously they're not together. It's just like, it's just awful. Like sometimes no, for real, because sometimes I feel like he did show her compassion. Like there was some issues, I believe, with like her mum and stuff in the earlier seasons, and he was like, no, like now I've seen the way your mum does you. Like like I understand the way you are, but bro, in most recent seasons, wild. And to be fair, you ain't shit, because I mean the whole April shit, I mean it's just a fucking
that
mess.
And it was a waste. It was a waste. So like, first of all, you jeopardize your friendship with Amarian, like who's been your boy, well apparently he's been his boy from when they were young,
but apparently they weren't actually friends though, apparently.
No, not at that point, but I mean like I think that's definitely added to the reasons, because they weren't really talking when before they went on tour, were they? So but I mean like, why would you want to make the situation worse? You already know things are a little bit like touchy with you two, so then you're like, oh, let me go and date his baby mother. Like, why would you do that? And then number two, like April was obviously friends with Manisa at a stage, and then they were doing up shady like, oh no, we're just friends. Like everyone could see what it was, and Manice was like, look, I literally don't care if you're going out, just be honest. Like, you can be honest, you owe me that respect as your baby, as your baby mother, and also April, you owe me the respect as like one of your friends. I don't care, 100%. Just be honest. But they just wouldn't do it. They were doing shade, they were just being shady, and then eventually they're like, oh yeah, we've been dating. Everyone's like, yeah, we know. Like, but why were you being so weird about it? Like, no one cared. Nobody cared.
No one actually did though. Like, you're just doing some weird ass stuff. But yeah. I heard you mention a special someone's name earlier, aka Mr. Daniel BB Gibson, yes. Who is the most beautiful man ever, and low-key we're friends. Okay,
so nice.
Yeah, none of you man who are listening, don't come for me, I don't want to hear it. I met him, he approached me, okay, because I was looking at him like, rah, like I really feel like I know you. Oh, also minor little detail, I definitely saw Keisha Cole as well, because they were chilling with their child. Yeah. But yeah, I was in IHOP in LA, and we were standing there waiting for our table, minding my own business, and I'm like, rah, and he came up to me, he's like, yo, you good? And I'm like, I was like, am I good? I am great. He is fucking beautiful. He's beautiful as he looks on TV, if not better, especially in that fucking LA sun. Like, and he was so nice, so gracious. And to be fair, like, he did some shit, but I feel like he really, like, he kind of redeemed himself. Yeah, he's redeemed himself. Like, he really was there for Brooke. And you know, whatever their relationship was or whatever, like, you know, he was really there for her, and he was really there, as you said, for Minice. And he's he's clearly a nice person. Like, he clearly is a nice person. You know, like, he clearly is like a nice person.
And you don't get that many nice, genuine characters in Love and Hip Hop. Most people are just nasty in that series. But I mean, like, he's one of the genuinely like nice people. So
no, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. And then obviously Miami, let's talk about that very quickly. So Miami is an interesting one, because I feel like, honestly, the vibe in Miami is a bit different. We spoke about Jocelyn from Atlanta in the last one. Of course, she comes to Miami in the most recent season, and her whole shit is a mess. Her whole shit is a mess. Like, how did you actually send a pig to Prima Donna at her launch party?
She was doing too much.
You're out of order. Yeah. If anyone comes to mess up my party like that, you're out of order. I don't care. Ridiculous. I'm sorry. And then this idiot, knowing the relationship she has with Jocelyn, after seeing the fact that it's from Jocelyn on the truck, you then decide to open the truck. For me, I would have just sent it away one time.
Yeah, exactly. You already know it's going to be rubbish.
Right. Or I would have looked at it later, something like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, what that? And obviously, again, Miami, they deal with similar things, really, just, you know, with cheating, just like messy shit like that. I would say that one of the biggest things though is definitely like Trina. Obviously, she's a superstar. Trina, for me, I don't know, I like Trina, but I don't get her. There's something for me that just doesn't,
it's something off in it. I actually get what you mean.
Yeah. Like,
I think she wants to be the only person on the scene. So like, I don't know how good she feels about other people, upcoming artists. I mean, like, actually saying that, she obviously did that whole thing with like bringing all the female artists that were in there. Because remember, she was doing, she tried to, but I feel like she gave up on them so quick. They had the one fight, like, you know, like, you're gonna get a bunch of girls together who don't like each other, and it's Love and Hip Hop in it. They're gonna fight, obviously gonna fight. You got to give them more than just one chance. She was like, no, lock off the whole thing. It's all cancelled. And I was like, come on, man. Like, these girls, like, they were this is how these girls are gonna get fed, essentially. They're all like, oh, I've got like kids that I need to support, like, this is what I was relying on, and she just locked the whole thing off. So I thought that was really bad, man. And from then I was a bit like, I don't know.
Proper bad mind. No, proper bad mind. But yeah, so I mean, Love and Hip Hop in general is just ratchet. Them man are all weird. And obviously we do like to watch it. It is entertainment at the same time. I just really hope that we can like make ourselves look better, a little bit better on TV, or at least the production companies can encourage us to do that. You know, like we're not just a business, like we're not just animals, like we are people. So, you know, I do appreciate that people put themselves in that position, but I feel like Love and Hip Hop is just doing bits. But next we should move on to, let me talk about a little Ratchet show that I like to call Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Okay.
God.
Okay, listen, I wouldn't have said that show was Ratchet. Well, actually, Scott Disick is Ratchet from top to bottom, but like, but I'm only really referring to, if anyone's seen the most recent season, fam, the fight with Kim and Courtney was no motherfucking joke. Okay, it was no joke. Them niggas were scratching each other. Kim gave her Courtney one bam in the right of her face and said, Jesus Christ. I was shook. And
it's like, mate, this is your sister. You know what I mean? I don't understand. And I just want to put out there, like, I don't support the Kardashians personally. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of problematic things with the Kardashians, but I've seen those clips, and I was laughing because I've never to see these girls fight on TV. It was ridiculous. But I mean, like, I feel like with Keeping Up the Kardashians, regardless if you watch it or not, you're gonna see it eventually. Like, an episode
it's all everywhere.
It's everywhere. So like, there's no. But yeah, that fight was mad. And then like, she had like, wasn't her makeup all on the wall? She had scratches all in her arm, and
it was wild. Like, my girl was kicking her, like Courtney was kicking Kim down to the ground, scratched up her back, like her back was bleeding. Then they moved to the corridor, and then you just had Kendall and Chloe like, what the fuck?
What's going on? And Chloe's like, mate, this is my house. Can you take it out anywhere other than my house?
It was madness.
But I mean, I think like Keeping Up with the Kardashians is like a big staple in that, because I feel like that when I think that came like maybe just after The Simple Life, so that's another like classic that has stayed. That whole like pop culture. Yes, they've been going on, but I mean like,
they got the show because of the whole Ray J thing and Kim, you know,
exactly.
Ratchet moment. So
I mean, and then another scene. I feel like again, you didn't have to really watch the series to know this was going on, but obviously the Paris robbery, that was insane.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, I don't know if I would say it was ratchet, but I mean that was like crazy I think the reason why I would say it's crazy is because they put these things on TV. The Kardashians document literally every single thing of their life. I mean, I guess that's in their contract, but to me that's ridiculous. That is personally something that I would not have put on TV. Yes, like the world did know about it, but I mean, I don't know if I would document it. But I mean
they didn't obviously document it, but they documented like the before and aftermath. I think that it actually was important, because I think people think it's fake, or people thought it was fake. And I just feel like, to a certain degree, and this is kind of what I was saying before, like, you guys are real people, so you do go through real stuff, so it would be nice to actually fully see, you know, real things that are going on in your life. And for me, that was really important. And to be fair, I'll say with Kim that she's doing some really big things right now in terms of like, you know, policy and like helping like criminals and things like that, or people, not criminals, but sorry, people that are wrongfully imprisoned or imprisoned for stupid reasons or whatever. So I feel like it is good that they're starting to show that more on the Kardashians, and I think that's really important for us to see. But I think a Ratchet time we've got to talk about China, Tiger.
So let's talk about the timeline. Okay, so obviously we know that Blac Chyna and Tiger were together. She was actually friends with Kim at the time as well, so like they were friends, and like obviously she must have brought him around the family, and then he must have seen Kylie. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, that happened. She obviously had a kid with Tiger. They split up. I don't really think she talked to Kim so much. Actually, no, I think she was still hanging with Kim at these times. And then like Tiger, like the predator that he was just waiting for Kylie. I'm sorry, but he was waiting for Kylie. At the strike of midnight, as soon as she turned 18, because there was all the rumors going around like, oh, is she going out with him? Like she was obviously only 17 at the time, and he was a big fucking 28, 26-year-old. I don't know how old he was, but yeah, as soon as she turned 18, it all came out like, yeah, we're dating. But everyone's like, wait, like, isn't Blac Chyna friends with Kim? Like, isn't that her baby father? Like, what's going on? So they were dating. That was mad as is. And then like a few years later, she turns out to be dating Rob Kardashian and pregnant with his child. So it was kind of like payback, essentially. I don't know what her motive was, but like in a way, I was like, you know what, you got to do your thing.
It does look wild. It does look wild. But I will say that the grandchildren, they're all like beautiful, and obviously more blessings to them. But bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, the whole thing was wild. Like it was just wild. Like, and there's so many more people though. Like there's so many people in LA. Like there's people say this though,
like Hollywood's so incestuous in terms of the fact that everyone just goes out with everyone, and that's so mad to me, because a lot of the times like these people are like friends with you, and it's like, oh yeah, it's cool, I'm going out with my ex, because obviously like Justine Skye went out with Travis Scott, didn't she? And like she was
I think alleged they were like doing something anyway.
I think they were together though, like properly, but like obviously Kylie was I don't know if they're friends anymore, but yeah, they were friends, and like obviously Kylie's now got a whole child by him. I think that's an infamous thing with like the Kardashians though, isn't it? It's that like they tend to go after unavailable men, but that is a tale for another day. That's a tale for another day.
Wow. But yeah, so let's come on to the British side of things for a hot sec.
We have to. I think we have to talk about the classic British one. So I'm not gonna. We'll talk about the one we really want to talk about after. But to begin with, we'll say like Towie. So I think Towie was like the first like big. Towie is just ridiculous, and it was like the first like big after Big Brother, obviously, because Big Brother was like a huge like reality show. But I mean, in terms of like over the top reality, like dramatization, Towie was like definitely like the front runner out there, just doing it for British reality TV.
You had Mark Wright, you know, always right.
Lydia, Jeff Collins, JC.
I love me a bit of JC. I love me a bit of GC, you know what I mean?
We love Gemma Collins.
And they're just doing like weird stuff. Obviously, Joey Essex, we can't not talk about him.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I saw him. Do you know what? I've got a funny story about Joey Essex. So, like, I mean, he won't listen to this. Maybe he will, I don't know. But anyway, I was working. This is when I was working at a shoe store. And he came in, and like, when you work at a shoe store, you can tell what size shoes people are. And he must have been like a size 6 or whatever. And he was like, oh, yeah. He's like, can I get this shoe in a size 9? I was like, size 9? I was like, oh, I think you're a size 6, mate. And he was like, no, I'm a size 9. Let me try it. So I get him the shoe, and he tried it on. Obviously, it's too big. But he was too embarrassed to me. He was like, no, they don't look nice anyway. They don't look nice, but thank you anyway. And then he left. But that's just my claim to fame.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that.
It was a funny moment. But yeah, like Joey Essex, classic member. I don't think he's in it anymore, but like classic.
No,
member.
He's not. He's you know what? He did really well to capitalize on like the Towie fame and like really take his career to the next level.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Actually, I saw him on like MTV Cribs recently, and his crib is nice. Yeah. He's got like a Ferrari and things. He's got like a whole beach club in the back. Like it's nice. It's actually really nice. But yeah, some mad things happen. Obviously, like, you know, they also were dealing with crazy stuff as well. You had like the Mario and
oh my gosh, Mario,
Lucy Meckleberg,
and he just would not stop cheating every minute. This man is just cheating. Every relationship we had in that show, cheating. All these men know is cheating. But same with like Arch and Lydia, they were together.
Arch I was shook. Ridiculous. I don't understand.
And yeah, because then he had that thing on the side with like Gemma, because I think he's with Gemma now. Actually,
I think they are together still. Yeah. They're kind of very on and off, don't it? But yeah, I think they are still together. We've got to talk about Geordie Shore quickly as well, because we spoke about Jersey Shore. Geordie Shore. Yes. Geordie Shore's ratchet, okay? Listen, all them fighting and things. They literally took the American show and put it in Newcastle, and they were like...
I think they took the American show and times it by 10, because it was just ridiculous, like, but in a good way.
The tashing on, I'm going to the team, the tashing on and stuff. Like, I was just like, what's going on, mate? I'm going to the team, going to Bijou, going, we've got to get a girl to tash on with, we've got to bring her back. Like, you know, it was wild. Like, Gaz, you were part of my childhood still.
No, but like Gaz and Charlotte, that storyline, that was close to my heart, because everyone wanted it to work, and like she really wanted it to work, and then he would like cheat, and then like it was just so frustrating, that storyline, because they were so like cute together. I think he did like genuinely care about her. Yeah, but I think in his mind he was like, do you know what? Like, I know the sort of guy I'm gonna probably hurt you. So he was like,
but do you know what? He's settled down now. He's got 2 kids and that. So you know, yeah. So you know, people can change. And then let's get to the
there's Vicky. Can't forget about Vicky. So I mean, like Vicky was the classic member, and she was mad as well. I remember her storylines with what's his name? Ricky. Is that Vicky and Ricky? So Ricky was with her. Vicky and Ricky. So obviously they had that storyline where they got married, they got engaged. Yeah, like it was a mess.
Vicky and Ritty. Listen, by the way, guys, we're not we're not dissing up the accent, yeah, but we just actually both love the accents. Like this is like us paying homage to the North, okay? Because I honestly wish I had a Northern accent. I love off the Northern accent. Okay, so let's just say that. Let's just say that. Vicky and Ritty. Vicky got with like quite a few buff guys as well, like in the different series, like when they went to Australia and stuff like that. Like she had,
and she got engaged every time, and I rate that. I mean, like something's got to be going on for you to be getting, for every man to be proposing left, right, and centre, man.
100%, 100%. But let's get to our favourite one, of course, Made in Chelsea. Made in Chelsea.
Classic.
You know,
ding, 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 ding.
I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun,
Dun, I don't know if you know, but I frequent the Bluebird in on the King's Road, to be honest.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, because we are situated on you know the old SW, the Southwest. SW. That's where they're located. But I mean, classic show. And like, I think speaking about like Made in Chelsea though, like I think they made that show as like a clash, no, like a comparison to Towie. So remember Towie came out first, and they're like, well, no, we've got to do like a posh version of this now. We've got to get all those Chelsea people and like just do the spin-off. So I feel like that was like birth from Towie. But what a great birth it was.
I mean, Made in Chelsea, listen, yeah. What I like about Made in Chelsea is that they know what they're doing, in the sense that the storylines are actually the same every season. They're actually the same. Literally the same. Like Jamie literally does the same thing every single season. Although he came in season 2.
You know, like her.
Like he's like
she's my girl.
He's like no. He's like no.
It's the same. So how's it going? Like one point,
what are you doing? Like what?
What? It's the same thing. This is like what one boy likes the girl, and then like the friend likes the girl as well. They both try and get with the girl. It all goes left, and then like there's dramas.
And then basically Jamie tells on everyone. That's what it's saying. Or in Jamie's situation, his friend's going out with a girl. He doesn't think, and some shit is going on with them and the girl. And then he basically just starts to the girl, I don't think you should be with my friend. It's like that's literally Jamie's storyline. Or someone talks to Jamie for a few episodes, and he's like, you know what, I think I've got feelings for you. Like
he's like, I'm in love, buddy. I'm in love.
I've never felt like this. And it's like you've got wonderful Alex Mitten there to tell him, Wagwan, like, nah, fam, you don't feel this way.
Do you know what? Yeah, Alex, yeah. The fact that he's in the series, he's got away with so much stuff, because we cannot forget why Alex Mitten was in the series, okay? The way he was cheating on our girl Binky, because that was my girl. Binky was my girl.
Out of water.
He was cheating, because that's all the boys in Chelsea now to do is cheat. And like, yeah, she was done wrong, but she had a comeuppance when obviously she met JP in LA, and I hold him very dear to my heart, because JP, I mean, obviously it didn't work out with them, but still, you know, she got her fine man. She was able to be like, you know what, Alex, I've upgraded, thank you. Yeah, JP. Beautiful. And obviously she's got his baby in it.
Honestly.
And like,
I think a silence.
And then moment of silence for JP. JP's abs even, like, I mean, but I think we've got to talk about some James. Which James? There's a lot of Jameses though.
So James is in Lucy's boyfriend.
Oh, James. Beautiful man. James Patterson, I think. No, that's JP Patterson.
Wait, no, what's James' name?
Wait, what is Lucy's boyfriend's name? I actually need to find this out, because I think it's something different. Is that actually James? Lucy? I think it might be James.
I think it is James. He's actually beautiful. But can I just say, actually, just one thing? My favourite quote probably of all of Made in Chelsea is Lucy saying, "But why are you all up in my grill?"
Oh my grill! I knew what you were going to say.
I said, "You are Ratchet. You are Ratchet."
And then Victoria was like, why are you speaking like that? Why are you speaking like Victoria was so outraged that this was going on at her table. She was outraged.
Right. Like I said, Lucy, you've got it going on. And do you want to talk about your favourite scene, or one of your highlights anyway?
So I've got there's many classics, but I mean, we've got to get into the toxic masculinity champion, that is Spencer Matthews, because I mean, he is toxic masculinity at his finest. he obviously had that relationship with, I mean, like, actually, first of all, he had that thing with Kagi. I mean, that we're throwing it back now. Kagi, series 1. They had their little thing. Didn't work out because she had common sense. She was like, no, I know what you're about. I'm not trying to just get involved. I'm not trying to do it again. So then he moved on to Louise. And that relationship, he was cheating, obviously, because Spencer, he liked to get around. And then there was obviously that scene on the bridge where he basically blamed all of his bad habits on her. He was like, well, you know, so like, how do you expect me to have any respect for you when you allow me to cheat on you? And I was shocked. I started with my mouth open. I had to rewind it. I said, sorry.
Shook.
I rewound it. I was like, what?
Shook,
yeah, no care. Shook. And she was just like, what? It was just outrageous television, but great classic Chelsea moments.
Absolutely.
And also, like, another one, I think we both love this one, is obviously when Millie, I think she was having her dinner party or something. Was it her dinner party or a friend's dinner party?
I think so. Something like that.
And she was like, she knew something was going on behind the scenes with her boyfriend and her friend. So she was like, do you know what? Yeah, like, everyone's here at the party. Let me just expose these people now. She got to the front of the mic and was like, yes, you know, I would like to thank everyone for coming here, especially my best friend Rosie, who's been cheating who's been having an affair with my boyfriend Hugo behind my back. And everyone's like, what? And Rosie's face was like, what? Hugo was like, what? It was great television.
More power to them, because, you know, they're now married, they've got a child, so more power to them. But bro, they had a journey. They did
have a journey.
Okay, so we're going to take things back again stateside, because listen, we're alternative, so we can do what the fuck we like, all right? And we'll go to our the major one last, but to start with, the Hills, Laguna Beach had some fucking ratchet moments. First of all, we loved both. In terms of, like, let's say, just pick a favourite scene or a favourite moment, I should say, from the Hills and or Laguna Beach. What would you have to say?
I mean, the Hills, I think it's everyone's classic. I'm gonna forgive you, and I'm gonna forget you.
Forget you.
I'm gonna forget you. Yeah, you have to get you. You have to get that. They're really like classic. Heidi Montag and Lauren Conrad's like classic scene over Spencer. Spencer's the villain that we love to hate. He was another toxic masculinity.
He was good TV, bro. He was actually fucking good TV.
But he was so awful. But yeah, great to watch. Great television. Just that's my favorite. What's your favorite?
For me, like, okay, so there were so many favorites, like with Lauren and stuff like that, but when Spencer got a bit wacky in, like, I think it must have been like, what, season 5 or something, so once Lauren had left, and he used to just say all this weird stuff about, like, Heidi's mum and stuff, like, she's the woman that birthed you came out of her vagina, like some shit like that, and it was just like, it was weird. Like, he was like, I want to unknow you, I want to unsister you, like, I can't even like unsister you. He said that I can't even say to Stephanie, I want to unsister you. Like,
he was so horrible to Stephanie.
Like, the whole shit was weird, didn't it? Yeah. But Spencer just be having some them one-liners, bro. I'd be like, whoa. I mean, loved Off the Hills, and also, of course, they brought back The Hills, New Beginnings, and one of my favorite scenes in that was when Brady was doing an impression of Spencer. He's like, my diamonds, my crystals.
The crystals. I mean, like, Spencer's done a complete 180. I mean, obviously he still loves his drama, like, on a more like low-key scale. But yeah, he's done a whole 180. He's doing his crystal healing stuff, whatever now. Heidi's calmed down. Like, I mean, like, good for them.
They've got their Gunner, their son Gunner. So
yeah, Gunner. Yeah, of course.
It's a madness. It's a madness.
It is.
But
I think what was annoying, no, actually, what was really annoying was when The Hills ended, and then they brought up the green screen. I was like, what? What?
I know. Honestly,
I never understand that to this day.
Honestly, like, yeah, no, that was really heartbreaking. Like, and then of course, like, since then everyone's been like, oh yeah, it's fake, like, you know, literally, like, nothing was real, like, Kristen said that, you know, pretty much everyone said that. And I just feel like, you know what, The Hills is actually a moment though, like, we just learned so much. I'm not gonna lie, The Hills I still come back and watch, like, today, like, it's still so relevant to me. I love Off the Hills, but definitely Ratchet TV. And should we go on to Love at First Sight?
Love at first sight. Love at first sight. Ugh. Okay, so that's a more like recent Ratchet Television. Yeah, Love at first sight. I like binge watch that in maybe like a day or two because, you know, I'm a big binge watcher. And that, so if you haven't seen it, well, yes, this is a spoiler alert, but basically it's about like there's like a group of like guys in one section of a house and a group of women in the other section of the house, and then like they go into these little pods where like they can just hear the other person's voice, so they'll sit in like a nice little room. It's got like candles or whatever, and they're just sitting talking to this person that they have no idea who they are. They're just trying to get to find out who this person is, if they're going to be well suited or whatever. So they've got like, I think they have like a couple of days or like a few weeks. I think it was actually shot in like over a span of a few weeks, but we only saw it over a few days in the episodes, so it looked ridiculous. But yeah, they would like then decide like, are we going to get married? So then they'd propose, and then after they got proposed to, that's when they could meet each other, and then they were like, oh, is it really love at first sight? Because some couples were like, oh, I don't know if I'm really attracted to you.
Yeah.
And then some people are like, oh my god, no, you're everything that I thought you were going to be. And like, yeah, so there were
the most ratchet moments. Okay,
there were
you have to talk about the most ratchet moment.
We've got to talk about Jessica, because Jessica was an interesting character. So basically there were two men that she was into. So it was like Barnett and Mark. Mark was like younger, so this is the thing that was annoying everyone because she was so obsessive with the age thing. So she was like 33, Mark was like 23, so she was like, oh my god, you're 23, you're 10 years younger, da, da, da. And she just couldn't get over it. And then like Barnett was like 26, but like she was more into him. Barnett like mischievously said like, you know, if I could propose to you, I'll propose to you tomorrow. So she was convinced that he was going to propose to her. He didn't in the end, so she just had to backtrack and go back to Mark. So then she met Mark, and he was short and like not her type, so she was not feeling it. And then like they all then went to a vacation, and then like could see all the other couples for the first time. So she finally saw Barnett, and then like she was sprung from there, and you knew it was a wrap for her and Mark. Like, so there she was like trying to convince Barnett that he shouldn't marry Amber, who he was with, and like it was just a whole mess. And she was like in her feelings, and Mark was like okay, you're still with me, like what's going on, like you're trying to get on this other guy, like it was just a whole mess. And then obviously we get to the marriages at the end, which was just a whole mess in itself as well. We had a character called Giannina, who was she should be in a telenovela, absolutely. She was doing up dramatics on the wedding day. She didn't get married. She left the venue, like fell in all this mud. Her mum was coming out to her speaking in, I think, I didn't know what language, I think they speak Spanish, but I'm not sure, but she was speaking all this like the doing up dramatics. They were both crying like, you didn't get married, you should have said no. It was just ridiculous. But yeah, love at first sight it's a journey.
Can we talk about my guy who was bisexual or whatever, and like that's the most, for me, like that's the most ratchet thing. Like I was looking forward to talk about that. My guy was like, you're not no Beyonce, like what the hell?
Yeah. He told her your wig's been slipping back from day one. I mean,
how can you? No, I'm sorry, no, wait. Let's take a second. Let's actually take a second. My guy, so she rightly was just like, you know what? This might not have made a difference, but you should have informed me that obviously you were into guys, or you are into guys as well. I think that is very fair, because at the end of the day, you need to let me know what I'm going to sign up for. And it, you know, she didn't say that she didn't like it. She didn't say she did like it. She just said that's something you should let me know. And I 100% agree. You man have spent hours together, hours talking through like a black screen, and that didn't come up in conversation. And he said that he purposefully left it out because he was worried about you know how she reacts, because a lot of people haven't reacted well in the past. Anyway, you now tell her that she's literally talking to you about it. She didn't even come for him. Like she genuinely didn't even come for him yet. And then my nigga just starts going off, and then he was like, your wig has been slipping backwards.
Yeah, it was just...
like, nah,
he was calling her a bitch. He's like, you're a bitch. This is why I don't deal with bitches like you. I was like, whoa, where's this? Because she was all rubbing his back, being supportive, like, okay, like, thank you for telling me, sort of thing. And then he just went left. It was just
but no, you let us know as well though, for real, like, do you think that's important? Do you think, because so interesting enough, like Afia and I had a conversation about this when it happened, and like she was just like, you know, I feel like, you know, she was bad man, but then I said to Afia like, but nah, and I explained what I just explained to you guys, which is that it's not about whether she's pro or not, it's about the fact that he should let her know. And I think it's really important. So let us know. What do you think?
I think at first instance, like watching it, I was like really pissed off at her, because I thought that she had an issue with him being bisexual. And I think that's a big thing as well. Like a lot of women do have issues with men being bisexual. And for me personally, it's just not a big deal. I'm like, why do you care? But now watching it back, I definitely agree. It's like, Well, I guess I don't know if you have to really be that transparent with your sexuality, because I don't know if it matters if you're with me at the time. But I guess for some people, they do like this transparency. So I respect that other people would appreciate different things. I think that's fair enough.
Do you say, yeah, so relationship history? I feel like if you're talking about your relationship history, then you need to. I think if you're in a relationship and you've discussed like, okay, like someone said, oh, so like who, like what kind of people have you dated in the past, or who have you dated in the past? Naturally, it's going to come up at some point, and therefore, at which point, if he decides to admit that, then that really is not truthful. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but like I don't know if it bothers me. So I mean, this is me as me.
No, 100%.
It doesn't bother me. But I get that people would want the transparency, and I think that's where she was coming from. She was like, look, I don't mind, but you should have actually told me, you know, we've been speaking for all this time, because they were speaking for like days in this thing, and I think it would look strange to her for that term not come up. Especially as like, I feel like for men as well, it's quite like, I don't want to say like taboo, but like, especially as a black man to be bisexual, I feel like that's something that you probably would have said. So yeah, it was just, the whole situation was just messy, and it was like quite unfortunate, I feel like. So yeah,
definitely. And to be honest with you, we left the best till last, so we may have to do a part 3, we may not, we don't know yet. But let's start. Okay, the 90-day fiancé.
I think, do you know what? I think this show is honestly going to go down in the history books, because like
100%.
I've never seen
like
something so ridiculous.
Honestly, like guys, the amount of alternative people, I should say, on this show is I don't, like, I literally don't even know like where to start. First of all, let's talk about the fact there's like 6 spin-offs. Like,
mate, okay, I've researched this, so like let me tell you. Right, so the first one, 90 Day Fiancé, and then we've got 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, 90 Day Fiancé Just Landed, 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, 90 Day Fiancé What Now, 90 Day Fiancé Pillow Talk, and then more recently, because you know they got to keep up with the times, 90 Day Fiancé Self Quarantines.
So how many different ones are there? So there's like 1, 2.
Is that 8 spin-offs?
It's redonkulous. Like
I literally don't understand. But do you know what? At the same time, the spin-offs are necessary, because I need to know the different stages of life. So if I'm watching 100%. Happily Ever After, I know I'm getting the couple that's already been married. If I'm watching 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, I know that the couples come to America and they're trying to like see, right, are we getting married or not? So the spin-offs are necessary, but it's ridiculous. I think the amount of spin-offs shows.
You didn't mention the Family Chantel as well. So technically, that's a spin-off too.
True. The family, that is very true. That is very true. So what, 9 spin-offs that these people have had? I think the amount of spin-offs just shows you, really, if you haven't watched it, how ridiculous the show is. Because any show need 9 spin-offs? Absolutely not. So like, if you've never seen 90 Day Fiancé, basically it's about like Americans who meet love online from a different country. So they can be like from Africa, they can be from Australia, just wherever in the world, but it always starts with like an American person, unless if it's 90 Day the other way. Actually no, it's always American people. Forget that. So it's always American people. They meet someone online, and it's whether like, so what they want to do is obviously meet in person. So that's what 90 Day Fiancé is about. So they meet in person for the first time, see like wagwan, if things gonna work. But some of the relationships are just so like, this person's either just really, really wanted to just have a better life in America, or they just want your money. And like, so we can talk about, you know, our classic favorites, which are Angela and Michael. I think that's what piques a lot of people's interests. And so Angela was from, she's American, and she was from like the South, I think, and she met Michael, who was this Nigerian man. And maybe like what?
I think they're the ones that made it really big, though.
They did. No, they honestly did. That's what I was saying. Like that's what got a lot of people's interests.
Yeah,
Michael and Angela, and like I mean, there's a lot to be said about Michael and Angela. So
I don't even understand
I don't even know. So she's like 54, he's like 30. So from then you're like, is this genuine? And like there's so many things, like he would just like talk about her body size and be like, oh, you know, not her body, talk about her age.
No, let's break this down. Okay, yeah. So her age is one. He said that she's elderly,
Yeah.
and that she's like a senior.
Yeah.
But in terms of her body, when he did talk about her, one, he said that she looks 50% of what he thought, and then two, no, he said he's 50% attracted to her, and then two, they were in a shop, and she was like, look, like I don't feel comfortable. Tell her not to like open up all the clothes because obviously, and then he goes to the person working in the shop and he's like, she doesn't want you to open up the clothes because she's fat. I said, excuse me.
Yeah, it's just so like, what? And from then you're like, this is not gonna work. But somehow,
but they're still together.
This is what I'm gonna say. Like somehow the gods worked in their favor and they're together. I mean, she's still trying to. They're still having issues with the visa. He's not yet once come to America yet. She's been to Nigeria all 3 times that they've seen each other. They're still trying to work that all out. Still trying to get together. But I mean, like, I think we've got to move on to our next favorite couple, which you can get into.
Wait, and it's not okay. I'm actually talking about Danielle Mohammed first because that's fucking crazy.
Danielle Mohammed. Danielle Mohammed. Tell me about her.
Google that shit. So she is like I think she's a mother of 2 or so. Like she's quite old. She has glasses, and Mohammed is from like Tunisia, and that's the one where he basically said he said so many wild things to her. Like they got married, and he was like, I can't kiss you because Ramadan. Yeah, and I understand. If it is Ramadan, I do understand that, but what were you gonna say?
It's just very obvious that he's just not interested in her, like, and it's so sad. It's actually so sad because like she's this vulnerable. She's like quite young. I think she's like early 20s, super young.
Early 20s. She's like 40.
Wait, are we talking about the same people? I was talking about Danielle as in the blonde girl, and she's super young, and like the Danielle, guy. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Danielle Mohammed. He literally they got married in like Miami or some shit like that, and then he kissed the bride and he kissed her on the cheek because he said it's Ramadan, and then we observe all religions, stuff like that. But bro, if it really was Ramadan, then why did you actually get married? Well, obviously you did because you had to get married in 90 days. Understood. Then also so he was like I think 20 something, and she was probably like 50 or something, and she looked wild. Like she actually looked wild. And then another thing, so basically they got to the reunion, they were having lots of problems. She had some like serious bad anger issues, like she used to scream at him and apparently just like have tantrums where he wouldn't give her sex and stuff like that, which was just crazy. And then basically he said on the reunion show that the reason why he didn't do it is because he thinks that she's got some women problems that she needs to get checked out, basically implying that she had some like vaginal issues. I'm like, he said that it was having a smell that shouldn't have been had, and he told her you should go doctors first. I said, you're mad. On national TV,
on national television,
on national TV, you're actually okay. Listen, guys, let us know. Obviously, if you've got a partner, do you think that you should be honest about like your sexual health and like making sure everything's good down there? But like, do you think the way he went about it was okay?
No,
like, nah.
Are you joking? On public, never. No.
Nah, not at all. So yeah, you go to the next person.
I think we've got to talk about, I think this is another like 90-day favorite. So it's this guy called Caesar. And he had this lover. Was she from like Ukraine or something? And she was called Maria. Like that, and the thing is, no one thought she was real.
Russia.
Yeah. And like no one thought she was real because I didn't think they had like actual video conversations. She would like send him videos, and like it seemed like I thought that she'd made loads of videos that she was sending to a lot of men, which she probably was, to be fair. But yeah, she was like super young, like really pretty. And he was just like this guy who worked in like a nail salon. He was like, I think, what was he, like 30s, 40s? He must have been like 40s or something.
He was like 40s.
He'd be like, and he'd be sending her money. So because there were like 3 occasions that like she was meant to come to America. She's like, right. He's like, let's go to Las Vegas. Let's go to here, there, everywhere. Let's meet. So it would come to like a couple of days before, and she'd be like, oh no, sorry, it's my mum's birthday. I forgot it's my mum's birthday. And he's like, what? How did you forget it's your mum's birthday? So from when we booked the ticket, you didn't tell me it's your mum's birthday, but now it's a couple of days before. Now it's your mum's birthday. Second time they were coming to meet, she's like, no, I'm sick. And so they didn't meet again. And so like the third time was the one that broke him. So like he sent her all this money. She's like, look, if I'm going to come and see you, I need money for like hair and nails. You need to support me. And he was working in a nail salon, so he was not making that much money. So then he goes to his manager, asks the manager for what was it, like $2,000, something stupid like that, to try and finance this woman. Sends her the money. She was meant to use that money to get her nails and hair done, as well as getting a flight. he calls us like, right, did you book the flight? I've already booked the flight. She's like, no, I didn't book the flight, it wasn't enough money. He's like, what do you mean? Like, I've sent you all this money, I've just borrowed it from my manager. What do you mean? And she was like, it wasn't enough. If you want this to work, you need to send me more money. So obviously, him being Caesar, he sends her more money. He's like, right, we booked the flight. Where did they go? Like, was it Mexico? I think it was Mexico.
Yeah, it was Mexico. It's supposed to be Mexico.
So this is the last time. Yeah. So the third time, he's like, right, we're gonna meet. She's like, cool, I'll book the ticket. I think he even booked the ticket for her. He got there. He got to Miami. It was a couple of days before she was meant to arrive. Like, he wanted to set up the place, set up the scene, and make it all nice. A day before, like, she was like, yeah, I can't come. He's like, what do you mean? Like, I've spent all this money. Like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, she's like, the flight got cancelled. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, you're doing this on purpose. Like, this has happened so many times. He then calls a credit card company, and then it turns out that his card got declined. And I feel like that's just like, I feel like it's so symbolic of like Caesar's time with this woman. It's just so unlucky.
Honestly, okay, let's talk about this, guys. He actually sent her, as Sophia said, he sent her loads and loads of money, like bare money. Apparently, he thinks he sent her about 40,000 over the course of 5 years. So let's start with that. They were in a supposed relationship for 5 years and never met. Are you mad?
5 years.
Am I an actual dickhead? Like, this is not catfish, my nigga.
Mad.
This is not.
And like we said, he's working in a nail salon, so like 40k, that's a lot of money. So
he said he's saving everything. He was living on food stamps. He didn't have a car. He used to go everywhere by by pedal bike. Like, he was not able to live the life that he could have actually lived because you know, he was basically working for tips and shit. Like, it's crazy, like absolutely crazy. And as Afia mentioned as well, we thought she was fake, but it turned out she was not.
She was real. So on the reunion, she came. No, on the before the reunion, it came and she's like, "Yes, hi, I'm Maria." And she's like, "I've been trying to tell Caesar for the longest time that it's not going to work, but he just won't leave me alone." So she was just like, in her head, she's like, "Do you know what? Yeah, let me just get the money that I can. If this man doesn't want to leave me alone, I'm just going to finance myself." So like, he's really.
She broke up with him at the reunion, though. She did.
But he was still very like persistent to like, no, we're going to keep going, Maria.
Like, what can we do to make it work? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he fully gave me the creepies. Like,
he did.
It was just too creepy. Like, even when he was trying to do like sexy time and that, like my chat, he bought her like edible panties and shit. Like, that shit is nasty. That shit is nasty. It was ridiculous. Listen, more power to you kinky people out there, but bro, like, that's not edible panties, man.
And I think we've got to move on to our last couple and like the last section of this Ratchet TV thing. We got to talk about Darcy from 90 Day Fiancé. She's been in the series, mate. She's usually like the couples only get like 1 or 2 series, but Darcy, she's had like what 3-4 seasons she's been in now.
She's been on like different on the different ones as well. Like, she's on 90 Day before. I think she definitely on Pillow Talk.
She was on Pillow Talk. She was on before that.
What now? She might have been on What Now?
Maybe.
She's been on a few. She's been on a few.
So she's like a 40-year-old woman, like really like proper like romantic, wears a heart on her sleeve, always finds these trash, man. Like, this guy, the first guy was from Amsterdam, he was like, nasty, just like gaslighting men, like just like saying, oh,
he was
just
like psychologically abusing her.
He was horrible. Like, he was horrible. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he was from Amsterdam. Jesse, yeah. And he was in his 20s, and was just he was just a horrible person. So she was going through that, and like, what's funny is like, during this time, she was actually talking to the next guy that she was going to be in the series with, called Tom, who was from London. No, he's not from London, he's from like Nottingham or something.
Nottingham, yes.
Yeah, Nottingham. So like, he was like consoling, he's like, look, you don't need this, and so like, she was finding comfort in him. Then actually she started dating him, was like, do you know what, like, he's been the one for me, like, he helped me through all this Jesse shit. Tom is the one for me. Then goes to meet Tom, everything goes left again for her. Like, he's same sort of person, like gaslighting, like she wants to be exclusive with him, but like he doesn't really want to be exclusive with her, like has a lot of women on the go, and like, yeah, it's just, Darcy's been through it. So
she has been,
and it never ends well.
Never ends well. And let's just talk about the fact that he, oh my gosh, I don't know who the fuck he thinks he is, because you're not all that buff, my nigga, okay? You're not. But like, he literally says to her, like, so they're having like their, I don't know, I guess like final sort of like breakup scene, if you like. I mean, they'd already broken up, and they meet up somewhere, like he goes to America, they meet up, because at this point she's already found out that he's got another girl in England. And they meet up, and then they're literally having like a really awkward sort of like encounter, and then she's about to leave. She's kind of like, look, it's over, like, you know, you done me wrong, kind of thing. And then he's just like, oh, like, you put on a bit of weight there, excuse me.
I said what?
And she goes, excuse me, and he was like, oh, nothing. Am I a dickhead? Nah, he's chasing fame. I'm telling you, he is chasing.
Yeah,
he is the most ratchet of them all.
And
He's the most
and
ratchet
you thought
of
that
them
would be
all.
exactly, and you thought that would be the end, but then he wanted to continue it by going to her house and be like, "Oh no, like that's not how it is." Da-da-da-da. No, go away. It's the end now. Tom, it's the end. I don't want to see your face again.
If you ever come at us, come at me saying any madness like that, I didn't ask you for your questions
and then come
on
to
my
my
period.
yard. Are you joking?
Are you actually mad? Nah, these people, I'm telling you, white people are more ratchet sometimes, you know. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's why I like 90 Day, because you know what? Yeah, they show the ratchetness of white people too. That's what we like.
It's not just us.
Exactly. You got to be equal with that shit. Like,
yeah,
you got to be. But no.
No, that's it. Like the Ratchet TV, I feel like we're definitely gonna have a part 3 and 4 of this. But like Ratchet TV, it's something that, you know, especially during quarantine times, you know, it keeps you going. It means it's just them times, you know, it's like, well, someone's life is a lot more wild than mine, so I feel a little bit about mine. So
100%.
So, you know, Ratchet TV is something that's always gonna be dear to our hearts. I hope it is to you guys as well. If you've got any shows that we haven't mentioned, put it in the comments.
Yes,
like,
please do.
We need. I'm like, I love Ratchet TV, man. Any show, like I've probably watched it. But yeah, put it in the comments.
That's very true. Afia's probably watched every show.
Mate.
I, on the other hand, have not. Well, this is the end for today. Thank you very much for listening.
Thanks for listening. See you on the flip side.